Welcome back to the channel where we dig up the strangest, most mind-bending stories from around the world. Today, we're heading to China, a country with thousands of years of history and more than a few supernatural secrets. From haunted highways to ancient curses, these are true stories that will make you question what's possible. Let's jump in. Story 1. The Ghost Bus of Beijing. It's a chilly night in Beijing, and the last bus of the evening pulls up at a stop. 3 mysterious passengers get on, 2 men supporting a third who looks deathly pale. The bus heads out into the darkness, but by morning it's vanished. Days later, it's found submerged in a reservoir, with no sign of the driver or passengers. Authorities are baffled. There were no signs of a crash, no broken windows, nothing. Just an empty bus in the middle of nowhere. Locals still whisper about the midnight ghost bus, and some even claim to have seen it driving around at night, completely empty. If you're ever in Beijing after dark, maybe skip the last bus and call a cab instead. If haunted buses aren't enough, how about a village that disappeared overnight? Story 2. The Vanished Village of Yichang. In 1987, a small village near Yichang reportedly vanished without a trace. Locals from neighboring towns woke up to find the entire place empty. No people, no animals, not even a dog barking. It was like it had been wiped clean off the map. When authorities investigated, they discovered something even stranger. The village wasn't listed in any government records. No maps, no census data, nothing. It was as if the village had never existed. Some say it was a mass abduction. Others believe it was part of a secret government project. The land where the village once stood is still empty today. No one dares build there. Maybe they're afraid it'll vanish again. Let's move from vanishing acts to a haunted house that's become a tourist hotspot. Story 3. The Kaone Number 81 Mansion. In the heart of Beijing stands Kaone Number 81, a crumbling old mansion that's earned the title of China's most haunted house. Built in the early 1900s, it's rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a woman who died waiting for her husband to return from war. For decades, locals avoided the building. Visitors report hearing footsteps echoing through empty halls, seeing shadowy figures on the staircase, and feeling cold gusts of air with no source. It got so infamous that a horror movie was made about it. Even now, ghost hunters from all over the world come to try their luck. Some say they leave with more than just footage. Would you spend a night there? From haunted houses to mysterious mountains, China's got it all. Story 4. The Phantom Village of Mount Emi. Hikers exploring Mount Emi have reported something bizarre. Deep in the forest, they stumble upon a village that's not on any map. The villagers wear old-fashioned clothes, speak in dialects no one recognizes, and offer strange food that tastes like nothing you've ever eaten. But here's the twist. When hikers try to return later, the path is gone. It's like the village only appears when you're truly lost. Some say it's a time slip into another era. Others call it a shared hallucination caused by altitude sickness, but no one has ever found it twice. The village seems to vanish, just like the stories you hear but can't prove. If you think that's strange, wait until you hear about a bridge that might be cursed. Story 5. The Suicide Bridge of Nanjing. Since it opened in 1968, the Yangtze River Bridge in Nanjing has gained a dark reputation. Thousands of people have reportedly jumped from its span, leading locals to believe it's cursed or haunted. Witnesses have reported seeing shadowy figures standing on the edge, only to vanish when approached. Some even claim to hear voices urging them to jump. Volunteers now patrol the bridge daily, trying to stop tragedies and protect people from whatever darkness lurks there. But the question remains, is this just a place of deep sorrow, or is there something more sinister hiding in plain sight? Let's take a break from ghosts and talk about a real-life X-file. Story 6. The UFO incident at Mengzhuang. In 1994, something strange happened in Mengzhuang, a village in Hebei province. Dozens of villagers claimed they saw a massive, glowing object hover silently over their fields late at night. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a drone. The object emitted beams of light and made no sound. Even weirder, some witnesses reported lost time, minutes or even hours they couldn't account for. Classic UFO encounter behavior. The Chinese government did investigate, but no official report was ever released. The case quietly disappeared. But villagers still remember what they saw. Was it an experiment, a weather anomaly, or something not from this world? From the skies to the deep earth, China's got mysteries everywhere. Story 7. The Ghostly Drums of Taosi. The ancient city of Taosi is over 4,000 years old, but when archaeologists began digging there, they unearthed more than relics. At night, workers reported hearing drums echoing from beneath the ground, rhythmic, persistent, almost like a ritual. Scientists couldn't explain it. No instruments were found, no source for the sounds. Some believe the city was cursed after a betrayal between rival rulers. The drumming continued for weeks, then suddenly stopped once the excavation ended. Was it just a trick of the wind and soil, or the spirits of an ancient kingdom demanding to be left alone? Ready for a story that's all about a haunted workplace? Story 8. The Haunted Elevator of Chongqing. In a high-rise office building in Chongqing, something strange was going on with the elevator. Employees began reporting sudden drops, flickering lights, and a feeling of being watched. One night, security footage showed the elevator moving floor to floor, with no one inside. And then came the ghostly figures. Pale faces reflected in the glass, but no one actually in the car. Maintenance crews checked everything and found nothing wrong. But the stories kept coming. Today, some workers refuse to ride it alone. You can't blame them. When the elevator itself feels alive, maybe it's best to take the stairs. Let's head to the countryside for a tale of reincarnation. Story 9. The Boy Who Remembered His Past Life. In rural Sichuan, a 5-year-old boy shocked his parents with details from a life he never lived. He described another village, another family, and a deadly accident in vivid detail. His parents took him seriously enough to investigate. When they arrived at the village the boy described, everything matched. The names, the layout of the house, even the story of a boy who had died in an accident years earlier. The families met and it all checked out. Was it reincarnation, memory transfer, or just a stunning coincidence? Whatever it was, the boy eventually stopped talking about it, almost like that life had finally moved on. And for our last story, let's talk about a supernatural tradition that's still practiced today. Story 10. The Hungry Ghost Festival. Every year during the 7th lunar month, Chinese families celebrate the Hungry Ghost Festival. It's believed that during this time, the spirits of the dead return to the world of the living, searching for food, comfort, or revenge. People burn paper money, leave out meals, and perform rituals to keep the ghosts happy and far away. It's a mix of devotion, fear, and tradition. But skip the rituals, and you might invite something you don't want. Whether you believe it or not, it is a custom that blends the spiritual with the everyday, and makes sure the dead are never truly forgotten. That's 10 true supernatural stories from China, each one stranger than the last. Which one creeped you out the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable stories from around the world. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what you'll find in the shadows.